Hello YouTube, this is Omniscient here with another zombie analysis video. Today I'll be looking at the map Tranzit. So, Tranzit, with the possible exception of Dead Ops Arcade, is the most hated map in zombies. In this video I'll be looking at why this is so, the reasons why people hate it, and any redeeming features it may have. So, Tranzit was the main map included initially in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 alongside Nuketown Zombies for those who purchased the Hardened or Prestige editions. So, Tranzit can be considered a bad map for the following reasons. The whole premise of the map was completely unworkable with the current engine and console limitations, leading to huge compromises such as poor graphics, obvious map edges, and most of the map being completely empty and useless. The perks, wall weapons, and utilities were spread out across the map, leading to every area seeming barren and empty. Buildables were completely unbalanced because everyone simply used the turbine to unlock the initial stuff around the map and then used the zombie shield after that. The sentry gun and electric trap were completely useless to almost all intents and purposes. Treyarch went crazy with the buildables. I mean, a buildable pack-a-punch machine, was that really necessary in any way? Same with the power switch. The wonder weapon on the map, the Thrustodine Aeronautics Smog 23, wasn't really difficult to obtain, it was just immensely time consuming and boring. Also, the wonder weapon itself was not that good because it couldn't really take out huge crowds of zombies without endangering yourself, and it overheated a lot, and it took ages to cool down, so no one ever really used it either. The map also didn't suit new, inexperienced players as Juggernog was really far away from the start. The layout of the map made progression difficult for those who didn't know what they were doing. Compare this to Kino der Toten and Black Ops 1. It's a very easy map, so people who have just bought the game and are just getting into zombies can, learn the basics on Kino before you give them more difficult and complex maps later on. Tranzit, it's just very difficult for anyone who's just started playing zombies and doesn't know what they're doing. Also, the map didn't suit experienced or professional players because with the addition of the bank, everything could be done on round 1, and it just took forever, so people who wanted to try hard at surviving as long as possible, it meant running around the map for about 30 minutes on round 1, not killing any zombies, just using the bank, getting points, and then rolling the box. It took ages to progress if you actually took the map seriously, and with all the wide open areas, training was ridiculously easy. The special zombies of Tranzit, the denizens and the Avogadro, were just annoying. Your guns did nothing against them, melee was the only thing that really hurt them. They weren't really a threat if you knew what you were doing, and you were not rewarded for killing them in any way, so they were just pointless. Tranzit also didn't have any unique weapons either off the wall or the box, unlike every other single map in Black Ops 2. Then there was the fog, which was just annoying. There's nothing more to say about it. The quest Easter egg was abysmal, simple but annoying to do and offered no real reward except for a pretty glowing tower in the middle of the map. The zombie animations where they were pursuing the bus were just ridiculous and looked stupid. The lava, its effects on the zombies, setting them on fire, making them explode when killed, is unrealistic and further just encourages training as a strategy. Tombstone Soda, the only unique perk on this map, was poorly thought out, as you can tell by the fact that Treyarch tried to replace it in Diorite with Who's Who. Now I've gone through the negatives of Green Run or Tranzit, let's have a look at the positive features. For start, it was different. When you think about how much changed between Der Riese and Kino der Toten and compare that with the difference between Tranzit and Black Ops 1 maps, there was a pretty big difference. It's a pretty unique map, which is what you look for in a zombies map, each one having its own unique properties. All the different survival maps offer different experiences. For example, Bus Depot had the Nacht-Unten feel of simplicity. Farm was similar to Verkten's Newman in terms of there were perks but no pack-a-punch machine, and then Town was more of a standard zombie map, just compressed. Then there were the buildables. Although they had some kinks to be worked out, they were a nice change to gameplay and added another objective complete in zombies. Then there was the bus. It was a nice idea for what the map was. It even had some clever features, such as when you shoot the driver, it sometimes locks the door and ignores stops. You can EMP it to stop it. The bus had some interesting features. Then there was the pack-a-punch. It was challenging to get to, but didn't necessarily require teamwork to get to, which meant playing with randoms possible, unlike in previous maps where the teamwork required to get to the pack-a-punch machine meant that very few people ever did it in a random match. The dual use for the roof work part, either to get to the top of the bus easier or to access the galvanockles, clever idea. Then there was the map layout. Even though the design of the map was poor, the shortcut to the town, the hidden areas between major locations did make the map a bit more interesting and increase longevity. Then there was the Easter eggs on Carrion. Although many didn't like it, I thought it was quite a nice change from Millennia Sigmund, and it's, gets something new. There was the fact that double tap has now been upgraded and was now a viable perk alongside the other ones. Tranzit also ended Treyarch's obsession to have every single perk crammed into the map. However, their obsession with allowing you to have all the perks on the map simultaneously still existed. So in summary, I feel that the concept for Tranzit was a good idea, and it added a lot to zombies when you think about it compared to Black Ops 1, but trying to implement it with the engine and console limitations of Black Ops 2 was always going to result in a disappointing mess. However, Tranzit still serves as an alternative choice when you're bored of the other maps because it offers its own unique style of play. And don't forget, with Tranzit being so poor, DLC maps like Diarise look much better in comparison, which improves their sales, which gives Treyarch more money. Don't forget about that. Anyway, so this has been Agent looking at Tranzit. It's still a bad map even when you look at it in detail, but it has some redeeming features. And overall, I think it came too soon. But anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.